Welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at how to craft effective marketing strategy. Now, we have learned how to craft a customer avatar or a customer profile. What we're going to be looking at today is the reason why it is important for us to even understand the customer we intend to be able to sell to. Yeah. So crafting an effective marketing strategy will make it easy for you to put in place everything that has to be in place that can empower you now, the social media manager, right, to communicate what must be communicated to an identified customer profile for them to take the actions that would lead a business to achieving their goals of what? Growth, sales, increased revenue, increased profit. Because if you understand the customer, but you do not know how to ensure you get the customer to do what you want them to do, at the end of the day, the effort you're going to be putting in is going to be futile. It's going to be a wasted effort. So how do we ensure that if the company wants to be able to make more sales, and then the sales the company is going to make is going to have to come from them selling to an identified customer, how do you ensure that everything you do, from the content you create, from the flyers you create, from the captions you write, to the ads you run, to the kind of videos you make, all of these activities would actually lead to you achieving the end result or the goal for the business, either your business or the business of the client whose business you're going to be managing on social media. That being said, you're going to need a paper and a pen, or a notebook and a pen. You should even have a dedicated notebook for the entirety of this training, so that as we're going through, you're making notes you can now infer back to, or you can refer back to when you begin to really put into practice the things that you have learned. What's the first thing we need to do? It is the campaign architecture. You know, it is impossible for a builder to just come out of the blues and say, I want to build a house, and then he just randomly begins to dig the ground and then doing stuff. There has to be something that will guide, where do I even begin to dig the ground from? Why am I digging the ground this way? If I start from point A, should I head towards point B, or I'm just supposed to go through to point D or to point Z? What is that guide? That thing that is going to guide everything the builder is going to be doing. That's what we're going to do right now. Understanding the campaign architecture. So this is like your roadmap, right, to guiding you towards creating everything that will enable you get the results for the client at the end of the day. So what's the first thing we need to look at? The client says they want to build a house. What kind of house do they want to build? They want to build a 2-story building. Okay. If they want to build a 2-story building, how do I present myself to that client? What position should I take that would communicate to that client that, okay, I am the best person to help him build a 2-story, what do you call it? A 2-story building. So in our own case now, it is a business we're managing. What is the business that problem is facing? Okay. The business is struggling with sales, for example. Or the business is struggling with retaining customers. Like, they actually make sales, but once that first sale has been made, the customers will not come back to still buy. Or the business is struggling with having a proper structure. A customer places an order. Before the order is dispatched, it takes some 5 to 7 days. So what is the identified problem? So here, let us say it is sales the company wants to be able to make. So if it is sales they are struggling with, what position do you want to occupy in your ideal customer's mind? So that company that is struggling with sales, when a customer thinks of their problem, when they think of a particular problem that the product of the business owner solves, what do they want the customer to think of in their heads? Or what is the problem the customer has now that this business can position themselves as the ultimate solution or the best solution to that customer's problem? When you understand the problem you're solving for the business, you now understand the position you want to occupy in the mind of that customer. You now ask, okay, if this is it, what is the campaign idea we can come up with? What do we want to achieve with our marketing effort? What is that communication we want to be able to communicate to that customer to tell them that, okay, we are the people that can do this for them? That's what we mean by campaign idea. What do we want? Like, what is the end goal of this campaign that we're doing? What do we want to be able to communicate? At the end of this campaign, we want to let customers know that, now we're using HIM as a sample. The business problem we're having is that we are rolling out a new program, which is the Creative Sphere Mastery. And because it is a new program, people are not buying, or people are not subscribing to the training, right? That is the problem. So we need more subscribers to the training. We need more people to register for the training. We need more people to come in for the mentorship. So what position do we want to maintain in the lives of our customer? Or when they think of that problem, where do you want them to place us? So we want to be that we want to be that company, right, that not only just teaches them the skill of managing social media, but equip them with the best foundation so that they thrive and become successful within a short period of time. We leave no room for confusion. We build a community where they come in and they feel at home. They feel like they have success partners with them. They don't feel left out. And then we build a people who are ready to give themselves the benefit of the doubt to push forth. We don't want to build dependent people. We want to equip them with everything they need to know that even if they decide to not stay within our ecosystem, they can thrive. Right? That's what we want to be able to do. So if that's what we want to be able to do, what is the campaign idea? What do we want to achieve with our marketing efforts? So our positioning is that we want our ideal customers, our target customers, to feel like if I sign up for Creative Sphere Mastery, I know that I am not throwing my money away. They are not going to keep some information that is necessary for me to have at this level away from me. They are going to give me they are going to equip me with every information that I need to be successful for this phase of my life. Like if I'm in nursery 1, they're going to give me everything I need to have in nursery 1. They're not going to give me information that is impossible for me to comprehend. They're going to break it down for me in a way that I understand it. And not only do I understand it, I can literally practice what I have been taught in step by step. So our campaign idea is now, what do you want to achieve? So we want that those who we have identified as our customers, our target customers, they should understand that this is what we want. First, they should even know that we exist. When they know that we exist, they should understand that this is what we have for them. This is the reason why we have this for them. And this is what we're assuring them, that if they come in, we're not going to leave them to themselves. We're going to equip them with all they need to know. We're going to guide them. We're going to guide them towards their implementation, so that at the end of the mentorship phase, they know that, these people, they left no stone unturned. They dotted all the T's, they dotted all I's, they crossed all T's to ensure that, yes, they equipped me with what I needed to know. So now that we have sorted that one, we have a clear understanding of what we want to achieve with that campaign. What is the first barrier that stands between us and achieving that? First barrier is we are not the only ones in the market. That's number one. Okay? If we're not the only ones in the market, so we have competition that maybe are even promising the same thing or even better. So that's barrier number one. Barrier number two is they have seen that we exist, but they don't trust us enough to actually sign up for our program, because number one, okay, we don't need to go into the details, but they don't trust us enough. So number one, we have competitors that have been in the market longer than us, that have more resources than us, that may even have better better setup than us. Number two is they don't trust us enough. Then number three is they don't even see the reason why they should take up even this path to begin with. Why should I become a social media manager when I can just be a content creator, and then after maybe 1 year or 2 years, I begin to get gigs, I begin to get whatever, and then I am good to go. Those are 3 examples. So, or rather, those are the 3 barriers. So now, communication task 1. What must I communicate to that ideal customer to solve this barrier number 1? Barrier number 1 is that I am not the only one in the market. There are people who are longer in the market than I am. So this is where I can now say, at Creative Sphere Mastery, we understand that there are people who really are slow learners. They are scared to sign up because they don't think they would understand the training. They don't have any technical background, and then that fear is what is stopping them. That's the communication we must do, right? Okay, so the bigger players in the market, they may be using teaching techniques that are too advanced for this target customer. So we now, because we have also passed through the whole process, we have seen some loopholes. We have now come back to further break down this thing into digestible chunks for people who feel, I don't know anything. I don't think there's any hope for me in this career path. I don't think I'll be able to learn it to a point where I implement and get successful with it. So we want to communicate to them that irrespective of your learning ability, capability, or level, we will teach you in a way that you understand. Right? Now, once we're done with that one, what's the second barrier? We said the second barrier is that they don't trust us enough to give us their money to subscribe to our training. So what's the communication that must happen for them to trust us? So here we'll be like, okay, although we're new, but we have experience, because each and every one of the team member in the Creative Sphere Mastery is currently working this talk. These are the results we are getting. These are clients we are working with. These are the results we are getting from clients. In fact, clients will work for them once. They will go because of the results that they are getting. But because of how well they achieved the goals they wanted, they are even referring others to us. So even without us marketing our services, people are actually coming back to opt for our services. You know, this is the kind of money we're currently charging. Even though we started from complete novices, this is where we have gotten to. This is our track record. This is our projections. You know, these are things that a complete newbie will see and be like, if they have also walked this path, then there's hope for me. It's not as if they just drop from heaven understanding everything and all. That's communication task 2. So what's communication barrier 3? Communication barrier 3 is, let's just assume it's that they feel the money is too much, right? Or rather, they feel, okay, why should I even do social media management? Why I can just go for go and become a content creator? So this is now where we'll now start telling them that irrespective of the path you take, you actually find success. But as a social media manager, the impact you're going to be making in the lives of businesses is going to be that of a ripple effect. Because imagine you get started as a single person. By the time you do this for 1 year, 2 years, you have gained so much expertise. You now empower more hands. You employ more people. You are empowering people. As you employ more people, you now go into becoming an agency owner. As an agency owner, imagine the businesses you're able to help survive. You're helping these businesses not to die. So for each business that succeeds, you're empowering that business to employ more hands. So not only have you empowered more people in your own agency directly, but each business you make to become a success is also empowering more people. So not only are you just making money for yourself, but the impact you're making is that of what? Empowering more individuals who ordinarily, if you had not helped this business to thrive, they will be jobless. They will not have any way to cater for themselves. You have become an agent of change. So making you understand that what you're doing is just beyond you just making money to solve your problems. You are now at a point where you have become so good and important in the ecosystem that this is the good thing that you're doing. So this goes beyond just making money. You're building a brand, you're building a name, you're leaving a legacy. That you, who came out of nowhere, started from nothing, are now able to make this kind of impact. You know, this feeling even surpasses the feeling of I have money. Right? So these are the 3 communications we must do. So if you understand that, okay, these are the 3 communications I must do, then what is the tactics that I am supposed to use to communicate what I must communicate? So tactics number 1, what kind of content do we put out to communicate to them that even though we are new in the market, we are able, capable, and willing and committed to going the mile to teaching them in a way that not only do they learn, but they feel empowered to push themselves to test this thing. Even if they don't know whether it will work, it will not work out, they feel empowered to go out and give it their all. What kind of content do we put out to communicate this? I'll now say, okay, I'll tell a story. I started out as a retired classroom teacher, teaching home economics and basic science. I did not even have an Android phone. I had never had any contact with a laptop beyond watching TV, as in watching movies on the laptop or playing games. But from that point where I started, this is where I am at now. Not only do I understand how to, I can literally take a stranger from finding out about a brand today to getting that stranger to buying the product that brand sells in the next 30 days, in the next 2 weeks, in the next 7 days. And I started out having zero idea about marketing and sales. But in just this duration, this period of time, this is what I've been able to do. And this is me, somebody who finished with a 3rd class degree. Everybody was looking at me like I was hopeless. I don't know anything. But I've been able to conquer all of those challenges, all of those narratives. And this is where I am at now. I have literally worked with a business that went from making 500,000 naira monthly sales to doing 30 million naira in sales in 1 month. I have gone from helping a business from selling 30 cartons of her products to selling 130 cartons in the same 1 month. I have gone from helping a business saying she has no clue about how to sell her plastics online to selling 100 bundles of plastic packs at 36,000 naira in just 2 weeks. So somebody that hears these things will be like, wow, somebody who was a complete beginner, did not know anything, now being able to do all of these things. And I think there is hope for me. So this is a tactic we would have to employ. So that they see that irrespective of where they are right now, they are capable and able of achieving XYZ results. That's number 1. Barrier number 2 is they don't trust us enough to give us their money. What if they sign up for our program and we run away? What if they sign up for our program and we do not complete the training? What if they sign up for our program but they don't understand what we teach them? We now tell them. We'll create videos, we'll do carousels, what to expect when you sign up for the Creative Sphere Mastery. Why the Creative Sphere Mastery is a course that you should give a trial. Why? So we're now going to be putting out content of the first test we made. These were the number of signups we had. Even though we only got 4 signups, we delivered as if we had 100 signups. And those signups that we got, we ensured that we did not leave them hanging. We recorded the videos. Even when we had challenges with the technical platform we were using, we sought an alternative. We ensured that they got this training at the end of the stipulated time. Not only did we ensure that they got the training, even when we were sending out messages in the group and they were not responding, we reached out to them, we reminded them, just to let them know that because they have paid their money is not all that we're after. We're actually after them acquiring this knowledge, not just acquiring it, but executing or implementing to a point where they gain the expertise to now go into the world and conquer. So these are the kinds of content we're going to be putting out. We're going to put out content of our facilitator recording the sessions, our facilitator dropping voice messages, screenshots of the messages dropped in the group. These are tactics that we're going to adopt so that if a stranger stumbles upon the page, not only do they see that we're just marketing, come and join strategy, creative Sphere Mastery, but they are seeing other reasons why on a normal day we don't need to put it out. But because we have something we must communicate, we are introducing these things inside. Then communication task 3. What if they say, why should I become a social media manager when I can become a content creator? Here we'll now start giving examples of how one person, as a result of her expertise, was able to train 100 other social media managers who are now impacting 1,000 businesses. So imagine the chain reaction, the ripple effect of just one person. So even though she's making money, she's also making bigger impact. As a content creator, the rate at which you're able to create that impact is minimal. Yes, you're giving information, you're entertaining people, but is that entertainment and whatever, is it able to impact as many lives as you now as a social media are able to do, media manager are able to do? So we're going to put out this type of content. So now you can see that our architecture is complete. I know the problem. I know what position I want to occupy in the mind of the customer. I know what campaign idea, like the goal you want to be able to achieve with this campaign. I know the barriers that are standing in front of me. These are the things that I must communicate, and then this is how I must communicate what I must communicate to achieve this result. Now that we know the campaign architecture. This is now where the quantity surveyor is going to do his work, right? Okay, you want to build a double decker or a two-story mansion. You that you need the two-story mansion, you're a civil servant, you have worked for 5 years, you're looking to build your retirement home. So civil servants about to retire, looking to build their retirement homes. So because of that, they must ensure that the house they are building is a solid house. The person that is building the house knows what he is doing. So in our own case now, the business goal is HIM Creative Sphere Mastery needs to sign up more students. Now, who is that customer that needs our product? Who needs our product? Who is the target customer? Nigerian youths, who, even though they have paid school fees, gone to university, they are currently getting ready to graduate, but there are no jobs in the market waiting for them. And where there are jobs, they don't have the skills to take up those jobs. So we want to empower them with these skills so that when they finish, they're not looking for jobs. They already have jobs waiting for them. And then we have equipped them with the skills they need to take up these roles. So our ideal customer, our target customer, are those youths who need to earn money so that they can fend for themselves, build a better career path, help their own parents who have struggled to see them through school, even help their siblings, from time to time when they call them to ask them, big sis, please send me something. So you see, we're clear on who our customer is. She's a Nigerian youth. She is either currently in the university or she has even finished university. She has served, but she was not retained where she served. And now she's just doing POS business. But the phone she has, the smartphone she has, she can use it to run a business that, if only she would learn these skills and implement it, it will give her 10 times, 20 times, 100 times what a POS business would give her. Instead of her going to collect the role of a sales girl in a shop where they're going to be paying her 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, even 30,000 naira at the end of the month, she can acquire these skills. And then when she acquires these skills, she can actually come and manage social media as a beginner for 20,000 naira and then manage social media for 5 businesses without hassles and get 100,000 naira in a month. Because we're going to be equipping her with the skills, the tools, and the strategies to be able to manage these social media accounts, multiple social media accounts comfortably. Right? So, we understand who needs our customers. So what's the business problem? What is stopping your business from achieving this? We have identified what they are in those barriers. Then what's the consumer's goal? What goal does the consumer want to achieve that our product can help with? We can actually get them empowered with the skills that will enable them make money on the online space. They won't have to go and be stranded looking for jobs. They will acquire these skills, and we're also going to be showing them how to acquire clients or customers. So what is the new way our product is going to be solving this problem that is different from existing solutions or is better than existing solutions? So in our own case, what we're doing is we're not just teaching them how these platforms work, because oftentimes all you get is, okay, this is how you create a post, this is how you post, this is how you run ads. But the foundation of understanding, what must you be able to communicate to make the post that you post help you achieve the results that you want? What kind of video must you use to help you, get end users or your target customers to understand that, hi, this is what I need. And as a result of you understanding what they need, they are going to buy from you. So the new way we're doing it is when we're not just teaching them how these platforms work, but we're teaching them what marketing strategy is, how to create a marketing strategy, understanding deeply how to craft a strategy that will now guide them towards creating content, creating ads that will be effective in getting them the results for their customers or for themselves. So that is why we now made Creative Sphere Mastery the way we did. Not only are we going to teach you intensive training, but at the end of the training, instead of allowing you to go into the wilderness by yourself, we're going to hold you by the hand to guide you, show you everything you must do day by day to ensure you get customers. And then when you get these customers, how do you deliver on what you have promised to the customers? So we're not just teaching, we are creating a complete ecosystem of success. Consumer problem. What is stopping the consumer from getting this problem solved? It is because they don't know we exist. They do not know that we have a very robust plan of empowerment for them. They don't know that the way we have strategized our training is actually going to hold them from beginners that they are to a point where they are able to stand on their own. We're not going to take the fall for them, but we're going to make them understand these are the likely things to happen. But when they happen, what do you do? This is how you troubleshoot. This is it. Everything they need, we're going to teach them. But of course, it is them actually now executing that will give them some experience and wisdom they need to take up or take away from that journey. But they have somewhere to come back to be like, if I create content like this is how people are supposed to engage with it. But I've created the content, they didn't engage with it. What am I doing wrong? They have a community to come back to. And then the team can now look into and say, okay, this is it. Maybe we should tweak it this way or change this communication this way. So we have a complete ecosystem. Now, what is the single-minded proposition? So what is the answer to this question? At Creative Sphere Mastery, we are not only teaching you the skills, but we're empowering you with the entire strategy to enable you gain success, from having the best foundation to equipping you with the building blocks and even giving you a community of people working the work with you where you can come back to, bring in your problems, and then we help you solve this problem together. So now that we know what our proposition is, what quantity of materials do I need to build this house? So what is the marketing budget? How much must be available for me to be able to achieve this goal? So as an agency, how much must we spend on ads? As an agency, how much must we spend on ads? As an agency, how do we ensure that this consumer gets our solution? So we must do when they pay us, when we bring them in and they pay us, how do we deliver on this course? Okay, we make this course available on this platform. What if they don't understand how to even access the platform? Okay, we have an alternative. But while they are using this alternative, we're now going to walk them through how to use this platform so that even they too, they have a taste of it and they don't feel out of place when they stumble upon it again in the future. So within what time frame do we want to be able to achieve this goal? Okay, we rolled out this program in October. So we want that before the end of December, we have tested our pilot phase and seen how the training has gone, identified our mistakes, come back to the table and then make corrections. So now that we're sure of, we have the quantity surveyor has done their work. What's the next step? This is where the benefit ladder now comes into play. What will the benefit ladder helps us to do? It helps us to present our solution in a simple step-by-step manner that will enable us hit the goal with ease. So what do I do? When you're climbing the ladder, the reason why somebody climbs the ladder is because they want to get to the top to do something. So meaning you have to start from the bottom. At the bottom, what do we have there? What is the product made up of? So this is where you talk about the things that, so this is where we now talk about, we're going to show you how to create content. We're going to show you how to create flyers. We're going to how to price your services. We're going to show you how to manage crises when they come up in your business. We're going to show you how to run your ads. So these are the features of the product. How to run ads, how to do targeting, how to post on Instagram, how to post on Facebook. What are the functional benefits? Why is each characteristic feature important to the identified customer? Why should I know how to post on Instagram? Well, Instagram has a high percentage of people that are ready to buy. So if you post on Instagram, your chances of helping your clients get results is higher. If you post on Facebook, this and this. If you learn how to run ads, you can actually get a client today, run ads for the clients today, and then begin to generate people who are interested in the product in 24 hours. What's another functional benefit? Okay, why is there a community? Well, instead of you feeling lonely, functional benefit is we don't want you to feel lonely on this path. We want you to actually feel like there is a family you belong to that are also looking to achieve the same goal with you. And so you're not feeling like you're just walking this journey alone. You have nobody to turn to. We have solved that problem. So now what's the emotional benefits? Why do the functional benefits matter? When you're in a community of like-minded people looking to solve the same goal, you don't feel confused. You don't feel like, I don't have energy today. I am demotivated. I am walking this path alone. You actually feel a surge of motivation. This morning, I know everybody is working towards this. So I am also looking forward to going to do this for myself. That emotional, this feeling of I am not alone on this path. Okay, I am broke today, but I'm not the only person that is broke. There are other people that are also broke like me, but just like me, they are actually looking for ways to solve this brokenness that they are in. And so I know that I'm not the only one. That satisfaction, that emotional satisfaction that yes, number one, this problem I am going through, I am not the only one going through it. Number two, this solution that I seek, I'm not the only one seeking this solution. Number three, I know that there is something brighter at the end of this tunnel for me. And so I am going to go all in. Then number four, I know that bad as it may be, even though I don't get the results, there are people that are also working this. But I know that I am not the same person that I was 3 days ago, 5 days ago. I have actually learned something and I can actually begin to see how this is going to help me better my future, better my situation, make more money, solve my money problems. But I know that until I have acquired the skills and practice these skills, my ability to make the money will not happen. So I know I am not alone on this journey. So that's the emotional benefits. So who audience fits now? Who needs my product the most? Identify different subsegments of your audience and link each product feature to each audience. So I'll now say, are you a university student who feels you don't have the IT knowledge to be able to find success on social media? Creative Sphere Mastery is here for you. We have broken down our training into digestible chunks that will not leave you confused. But aside from that, we have a mentorship program whereby everything you learn, we don't leave you to go on your own and go and test it. We actually hold you by the hand, walk you through how to execute. When you make mistakes, we have a community for you to come back to. Tell them this is what mistakes you have had, and then you're re-guided onto the path so that you know what it is you need to do. And then you feel encouraged to go back and try again. Even when you're trying and then you're not getting the results, you know that there are other people also on the same path with you. So you feel consoled and then you still find reason and the energy to push again. That's for students. You are an NYSC student. I'm sorry, you're currently doing your NYSC, your place of primary assignment. You don't really do anything, but you need money. The 33,000 naira they're paying you is not going to be enough. And even if it's enough for now, by the time you finish service, where do you get money from? Okay? With this training, when we empower you with this skill, you can actually generate money on demand because now you know how to manage social media. In addition, you know how to create templates. You can sell these templates to business owners. You can create content for them. You can write captions for them and sell it at a fee so they pay you back. So while you're doing your thing of primary assignments, you can do this one on the side and you're making extra money. What if it's somebody that has graduated? No alawi is coming in again, but they still need to find a job. We know that there are no jobs out there, but there are jobs that there are not enough people to do these jobs. We are going to empower you with this skill because this is the way we are currently making money for ourselves. We also started as beginners. We did not know anything. But because we know the hurdles we passed through, the obstacles we faced, we have put in place solutions to solve all of those obstacles for you. Right? And so the Creative Sphere Mastery is that solution that you need at the moment. Even if you don't have the money right now, look for somebody that can help you to pay for this so that they are helping you to help yourself in the future. So you pay this you pay this registration fee, you pay for mentorship, and you know that by the end of 2024, you have the skills you need to go into 2025, having a clear sense of direction of what to do and how to do it. And so we now come to the brand idea brief. So now we have the architect has created the plan, the quantity surveyor has done their quantifying, the builder, knows everything he needs to build. So what do we now see? Creative Sphere Mastery would empower you with not just the skill, the experience, the community to start as a social media manager, but achieve success as a social media, and then provide you with a community of like-minded people where you're going to be growing together with. And then you make money to solve your money problems. Why our solution is different is because we have walked this path. We know the hurdles, the stumbling blocks to be met. So we have created solutions to help you solve those stumbling blocks by not leaving you to yourself after learning these skills, by showing you how to create strategies that will enable you find success. We're not just teaching you how these platforms work, how to just post, how to run ads. But why do you need to run ads the way you need to run ads? Why do you need to create content the way you need to create content? We have made all of these available for you. After that, so what's the solution? Creative Sphere Mastery is the solution so that you, our target customer, are empowered and equipped with the right knowledge and the right tools to succeed in the social media space. Thereby, us now, Creative Sphere Mastery, we're able to get more signups. So we are getting the goal we want, and we're also helping you to achieve a desire that you have of financial freedom. And so this is how you do it for any business that you come to hand, and then this will make it easy for you to help them get success. So you see the reason why we had to treat customer avatar. But now this has further opened up. Wow. So it's not just that I am just selling. I don't just stand up and say I'm selling something. There are deeper things I need to understand. And because I understand all of these things, this is the reason why I now have to do these things this way. I hope you really understand. So your assignment now is you're going to select one business. Either a business you want to do for yourself or a business you want to manage your social media. Number one, you're going to create a campaign architecture. Number two, you're going to create a marketing brief. Number three, you're going to create the benefits ladder. And then at the end, you're going to create a brand idea brief. You're going to submit 4 different documents before the next session. If you have any questions, drop them in the group.